Hey yo guys, how's it going? Ginger back with another freaking video. And now what video is this, you may ask? Well, this, a bit late, me building this team, is week 1 for FPL. Now, why did I take so long? Why am I such a scumbag for taking this long? Well, I mean, you can call me whatever you like, but scumbag is not what I would call myself personally. Okay, maybe I would. But, this week I'm going against a little bit of a rival of mine. This team was one of the last ones I faced last season. I think I won though, and I'm pretty sure, it was like, if I did win, I had a chance for playoffs. If I didn't, I was completely out of it. I won it, and then I ended up getting unlucky. People got forfeit wins, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was a forfeit win that kicked me out of the playoffs. And then we're in season 2. I don't count that though. I was a substitute in every league I have fully been in, except for VSL, because that league I went like 0-6, because I just decided to try out new Pokemon, and it just didn't go well for me overall. But yeah, here's week 1. This is Dude Bro, if I'm not mistaken. It's someone, his name is something like that. The Gyarados de Guadalajara. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not Spanish. Actually, all of our battles looks like they've been done, unless Cult of Chat went against Chicago. There's already been so many transactions. What's going on here? Okay. But yeah. So we'll go over his team and we'll go over what I made for it. So he has his first pick. I think this is how their picks went. It's not how their picks went overall. I'm pretty sure it goes by tiering, and then like alphabetical order in the tiers. So first he goes with first Pokemon is Heatran. Heatran's not really a huge problem for me, but because I have ways around it, but it can be problematic if it's a Steelium Z. It can really just nuke something I own. But like I said, I have ways to deal with this thing overall. I'll go over the Pokemon I see coming because it's quite obvious, but we'll go over it. Zapdos is next. He could run a couple forms of Zapdos. I honestly see him running like a defensive Fizdef, for Mega Mawile, even though he has Heatran, which literally quad resists both of my stab moves for Mega Mawile. I just see him running like a static set, even though he has stuff like Thundurus, Nihilego, just good Pokemon to deal with Zapdos. He might not bring it, but it's one of the Pokemon I see him bringing. It's one of his only defoggers, and being that he's really weak to rocks, he might want to bring it. Next is Bisharp. Bisharp is a bit of a problem because my fighting resistances consist of Mawile, which dies to a Iron Head or 2, Houndoom, which is a really good check to this thing, but just not a good Pokemon in this matchup overall, in my opinion, just compared to some other Pokemon. And Virizion, which once again is just not good overall. I think all of my Pokemon are good in this matchup, par 1 or 2, but there's just other Pokemon I felt were more useful. Slowbro is another Z-mover. I don't know why he Z-moved as Slowbro when he could have Z-moved something like a Selgor. That's what I would have done, as a Selgor. Or Bisharp, which is also a really good Z-mover. But we'll see. Maybe he likes offensive Slowbro. I could see him bringing a Rocky Helmet set. So I have a couple knockoffs on this team. I have a lot of special attackers on this team, so he might not. Slowbro really doesn't do crazy well against me, being how useful Thundurus is in a matchup like this, and how I have a grass type and an electric type that both outspeed and do really well against his team as well. Next is Cloyster. Shell Smash Cloyster is always going to be a problem for any team that crosses against it, most teams. Obviously, I have countermeasures to it. Not the best, but I have them. Yeah, once again, I'll go over that. Cloyster, that's all it really does. It could set up spikes and stuff. That's not really too big of a problem for me, like I said. Roserade, also, meh in this. I could see a Scarf Roserade coming. It doesn't really have the bulk to be able to take me on that well. Being I have stuff like Pile of Swine, which can take a Leaf Storm, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not, actually. Nihilego really hurts Roserade altogether. Starmie with Psyshock outspeeds, and Psyshock obviously will kill. That's why I think you might bring Scarf. And that's about it. If it sets up spikes and stuff, I'm not that worried. Next up is his Aselgor. Once again, another toxic spike setter. Another spike setter. I don't really see him bringing Aselgor, mainly because it doesn't really. I have a really good resistance to bug overall, being stuff like Golem, Mawile, Piloswine is fine with them, Torn, Rabombi, Thundurus, Nihilego. He just doesn't really do too much against me personally. Next up is Togetic. Once again, a defogger for him. He could bring an Eviolite just for defog, but I have a crazy amount of Pokemon that can just deal with this thing overall. Like, just plow through it. I don't see why he would bring it. And I have two electric types. I don't know why I pointed out I only have one for this on the Slowbro. I have two, both of them easily countering it, and then Virizion being my grass type, but by the way, just want to clear that up. But yeah, Togetic, Defogger, could be like a Toxic or a Wish support, something fun like that. Like Toxic, Wish, Protect, Soft Boiled, or something gay. I mean, I wouldn't enjoy fighting it, neither would anyone else in the world. But we'll see what he does. Marowak, I could see him bringing Marowak, like a faster Marowak for Mega Mawile. That's the only thing I could see him bringing it for. But with my Intimidate and being able to knock it off, I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. It could be, though. Who knows? I could underestimate Thick Club or something. Poipole, I don't see Poipole coming. It just doesn't do anything really against me. I might underestimate it, and he might bring it, but like I said, I also have really good poison checks, and its moveset just isn't diverse enough to deal with me. It can run Eviolite, which might be a bit of a problem for me if he does bring it, but like I said, knockoff users are on my team. And last but not least is Mega Lopunny. Now, I've noticed doing some calcs, all of my Pokemon can live in attack. Some of them better than others. Mega Lopunny is a bit of a problem overall, because like chip damage, he doesn't have a rock setter outside of Heatran and Marowak, so as long as I keep those off the field, all of my Pokemon should be able to deal with Lopunny relatively well. And yeah, that's his team. So let's go over what I brought and why. Now first is my Thundurus T. Best Genie, you know how it is. This thing has 8 defense, so it always lives an Adamant Return from Mega Lopunny, and I can kill back with Rocks plus HP. Flying could kill, Z Focus Blast. I have Z Focus Blast. Obviously it kills something like Bisharp, destroys Cloyster, destroys Heatran, gives me something I might need on the Marowak if I don't want to U-turn and predict something, maybe like a fun thing. Oh, 1 second. Alright, HP Flying is so I can, once again, with Rocks, kill Mega Lopunny. That's my main form of killing it. It kills Roserade. It's a good roll in my favor to kill Roserade plus Rocks, and it overall can still kill with Rocks, or without Rocks, I'm pretty sure, but it's, like, really slim. Thunderbolt can 2-hit a non-Spadef Zapdos, like max HP, max defense, or offensive, this thing literally always beats Zapdos 1v1. Heatran never kills me unless he's like Fire EMZ. This is like my main Steel EMZ answer as well, because like I said, Steelium really just plows through my team, which is something I think he might bring. But yeah, if Heatran is on the field, I will always go for a Fightinium Z Focus Blast. And the 6 I think he's going to bring, by the way, are literally Tran, Zapdos, Bisharp, Slowbro, Megalophony, and maybe like there's a mixture of these. He might not bring Bisharp just because of stuff like Piloswine. He doesn't really break a couple of my Pokemon, but Sucker Punch can always kill my Starmie in a basic set. It doesn't really deal too well with like something like Rabombi if I'm like HP fighting, or even Moonblast. I think can kill Bisharp. Something fun like that. And like Houndoom literally counters it as a Pokemon overall. But yeah, so U-turn is so if he does bring Marowak. But yeah, like I said, if he brings like these 3 are confirmed. Zapdos, Heatran, Megalophony. I think Slowbro is like 75% chance. And then the next 2 are a throw between like Bisharp, Cloyster, Roserade, maybe Marowak and Togetic for niches, but the other 2 I just don't see coming. But yeah, U-turn in case he does bring Marowak. It also gives me good chip on something like Roserade that Hidden Power, Flying, or Volt Switch wouldn't do. Same thing with Bisharp, I think, and Mega, and like I said, Marowak. Let's go on to my fun set, my Golem. This Golem is built to live obviously an Earth Power from the ever-prevalent Heatran, and KO back because I'm Magnet Pull. So Magnet Pull keeps him in. He might predict this set and run a Ground EMZ, but that's way too risky against my team. And I'm pretty sure this Golem set really just still tanks one of those, being 252, that's Shuka. Where's Shuka versus I also live a Drain Punch. I don't live a High Jump Kick. Yeah, Earth Power obviously is killing me if it's a Z, but that'd be wasting a Z move on something that could kill all of my other Pokemon. This thing also traps and always kills his Bisharp with Brick Break. I didn't want to risk the roll on Earthquake just in case. And then Rock Slide and Thunder Punch, good stab, gives me ways to hit Togetic, Zapdos. Gives me a way to hit the Slowbro, the Cloyster, so on and so forth. Gives me chip on the Megalophony, because I don't think he's going to run a High Jump Kick. Too risky, considering that is like a win con for him overall. Now let's show the Starmie set. Now I was really struggling overall. I didn't want to bring Life Orb. I didn't want to bring Psyshock. Rapid Spin, HP Fighting were both useful, and Scald were all 3 like kind of needed. You know, Scald gives me reasons to pass around Burn. This thing is my Cloyster check. It always lives a +2 Icicle Crash. Goes back with HP Fighting as long as I'm Life Orb. And Psyshock it was Thunder Wave, just in case, I wanted to make sure Cloyster wasn't going to be a pain, making Mega Lopunny a little less useful. Same with Roserade. But a Starmie being able to, oh god, no, let's not click any of those. Starmie versus a Roserade, obviously, being that it's Life or it's Scarf. Leaf Storm's killing me no matter what I do. So I thought if I send Psyshock and he's not Choice Scarf, I can kill him. And if he is, then he's sitting at -2. Because Giga Drain, I think actually can. That's twice actually. Ooh, let me change that. Leaf Storm obviously kills. Even Giga Drain at this range will kill me. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I could run, like I said, I could run like a berry, but if you look at the calc against Cloyster, um, my hidden power fighting, oh, hidden power fighting cannot kill without life orb, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm just no item. Yeah, it's a roll that's in my favor. Don't get me wrong, I would love that. But I mean, I'm thinking about honestly doing it because I have Ice Shard on Piloswine. But honestly, does that even kill? I don't think it does. My Piloswine set is max attack adamant, I think. 152 adamant, 152. What is this Ice Shard doing? Ice Shard. I really don't think it's doing more than 10%. Yeah, it's doing 3 to 4%. So if my Starmie does end up having to 3 to 4%, that is not a lot for hidden power fighting to open up against him. I mean, it could, don't get me wrong. I would have to get a really low roll, and I want to see, but yeah, like I said, here's the +2 calc. Explosion can kill, but Icicle Crash cannot. So if I wanted to, if I was analytic and he was +2 speed, I could kill. So you know what? We'll risk it. We'll risk it for the biscuit. We're gonna run the berry, Rindo, in case I want to live a Giga Drain, and he doesn't want to risk going -2 Scarf Roserade. I'm 120 defense. Maybe you see this. See, I change my stuff as I go. I'm sorry about this. Rindo, his Leaf Storm is still always killing me. By the way, that's funny. But I had the 120 for Bisharp, so if I put the 120 here, Leaf Storm obviously still actually always kills. So I don't know if it'd be that worth it. But Giga Drain, obviously, from a Choice Scarf would not kill. Being Giga Drain obviously never kills if I am Rindo. So we'll do that. We'll run a bit of a weirder set because this was for Bisharp to lower the chance of his Sucker Punch killing me. If I was 120, the roll was in his favor, but I could have killed with HP fighting. So yeah, I mean, I still change my stuff around just in case I really want to. Mega Mawile is my next Pokemon. I'm running a bit of a weird set. You know, Intimidate, obviously, the Mega. I like that name. Knockoff, like I said, I have knockoff for something like, I guess, Poipole, Thick Club, Rocky Helmet, or Leftovers. Maybe for Starmie, it'll really help, because I don't think, or not Starmie, Roserade, Mawile will never die till, like, even an HP fighting. See, this kills his Bisharp. If he pulls out the fattest Roserade, yeah, HP Fire Life Orb isn't always killing, and I'm max defense anyway, so I guess it could kill. But if he shows Life Orb, that means it's not Choice Scarf, and Choice Scarf does not kill me, even Technician boosted, and I have Sucker Punch or Knockoff in this situation, which would always kill. I have Super Fang, which is for something like Heatran on Switch In. Because Super Fang into a Sucker Punch should kill Heatran, as it actually doesn't. Even Adamant, that's amazing. Wow. His Magma Storm always kills, his Earth Power doesn't. So obviously I would just get chip damage off. I guess that shows how bulky Tran is, huh? That's a Sucker Punch, that's even neutral, that's amazing. So yeah, if he's a 50% chance, it's a really low chance to OHKO. But if he shows leftovers because of a Super Fang, I literally can win the game. Being that he's not Z for my big boy right there. Next, let's go into Torn. Torn is literally my defogger. U-turn, knock off Brick Break. Once again, Brick Break gives me chip on Heatran, on the kills Bisharp, hits this thing pretty hard, knock off for the Roserade, because Roserade's Sludge Bomb should never kill a Torn. Let's just make sure, just in case. Maybe I'll do some tweaking if it does. It doesn't, yeah, so knock off obviously should be doing heaps, being that it's, knock off. Obviously I know I have no Flying Stab, but that doesn't really matter, being if I do knock off into a U-turn, I should be able to kill almost all the time. Yeah, I do kill. I do always kill. Knock off into U-turn, so that would make him never kill me. Unless he crits. Or crits. That's what the set is mainly for. It really just hurts something like Roserade. Makes sure I don't have rocks on my side of the field, or any spike. And then we'll get into this Mamoswine. Piloswine. Thickest in the land. Swooshy swoosh, by the way. I like that name too. Eviolite Thick Fat, this helps me live some stuff from Tran, unless it is Steelium Z. And I would love him to waste Steelium Z on this thing, because once again, Golem A kills it always if he does not. But yeah, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Stealth Rock, Ice Shard, just good dual stab with rocks. He literally does not have a great switch into my dual stab whatsoever. It also takes a high jump kick from Lopunny, if I'm not mistaken, or something crazy like that. I will check right now. I did just make this team a little while ago, but I've been working on a team for PBF against Curtis, so I'm not really in the loop at the moment. This is a 252 with 104 HP. Obviously, Leaf Storm. Actually, Leaf Storm is always killing me, huh? But my Ice Shard is doing chip to where I can kill with Starry Boy. Or the Mega with Sucker Punch. But yeah, Lopunny, this is not really a Lopunny answer. Yeah, I always live. Earthquake, and I said if he is Drain Punch, which I expect him to be, that I should win the 1v1 with 2 Earthquakes. But, it all depends on if he's Fake Out, Double Drain Punch, if I want Rocks Up at some point, maybe. If he leads Lope, I don't think he will. But if he does, in all accounts, I will go into I will try to win the 1v1. That's the team route for me. I'm trying to win FPL this season. I think my team can pull it off. And let me quickly go over why I didn't bring what I did. Now, Nihilego I didn't bring because it downright lost to Megatran. No Earth Power, and dying to Flash Cannon or Earth Power just didn't make him as useful as I wanted him to be. He did do well against Zapdos. Bisharp, Iron Head killed me, so I had to run like HP Fire, or HP Fighting once again, but I'm pretty sure it can't learn HP Fighting, so at that point I would have just been completely useless against it. This is one of the 2 Pokemon I said would just not be useful in this matchup. It also just kind of lost to Slowbro, it lost to Cloyster, kinda, not really. It lost to a setup Cloyster, but Cloyster couldn't set up on Nihilego. Roserade also kind of dealt with it pretty well. Marowak obviously bodied it, and Mega Lopunny killed with a high jump kick. Not with a Drain Punch, I don't think, but it might have. Rabombi didn't come. Once again, something like Tran could have really hurt it. Roserade really bodied it. Mega Lopunny's return just made it completely useless. And it didn't have the defense to do anything against Cloyster. Or have enough damage. I could have Bug Buzz, like a Life Orb Bug Buzz on the Slowbro. But like I said, Heatran always came in on that thing and got a free attack, which I can't afford. Next is Virizion, which I didn't bring. Virizion had a couple good niches in this, you know, having Fighting Stab for Heatran, Bisharp, Grass Stab for something like Slowbro, Cloyster, but it kind of dealt with Mega Lopunny and Marowak, but everything else it didn't deal with very well. Poipole, I mean, technically stalled it out. Zapdos really stalled it out. Roserade completely just, counters that thing. A Selgor, not in its own ways because it resists both stabs. And Togetic also resists both stabs. So it was a double-edged sword in a situation like this. Next is Drampa, another Pokemon I thought would be kind of useless, being that Drampa's moveset isn't really wide enough to deal with his team very well. Being if it had Earth Power, it would be like one of the first two Pokemon on the team, but it kind of loses out. I mean, its Spadef and HP isn't bad to the point where I could probably take a hit or two from Heatran and maybe kill it back with like an Earthquake. Not really, that was a joke. I could not kill it back with an Earthquake. It just doesn't get a move to really. I could Focus Blast, but that's really risky. Surf, um, it lost to Mega Lopunny, probably lost to Zapdos, but not really. I guess it and Zapdos kind of like depended on the sets. I would have been like Hyper Voice and probably won the 1v1. Slowbro's Ice Beam killed it. Bisharp got a free Moxie boost from it. Cloyster Icicle Crash 5 times, or Icicle Spear, sorry, 5 times and killed it. Roserade doesn't really beat it 1v1, but I just didn't really care about that considering the amount of minuses that it has against this guy's team. And then I didn't bring Houndoom. Houndoom I could have brought, once again, like an HP fighting set. Or not, an HP ground set is what I would have ran. Being that he is quite fast, he would have dealt with Roserade pretty well. Slowbro, Bisharp. I mean, it was a good Pokemon overall. It just kind of let Mega Lopunny get in, and same with Heatran. I don't really want to switch in on a Mega Lopunny, like with my team. So it was risky, high risk. I could have gotten a Flamethrower off on it if I really was like being smart, and I could have outplayed him a little bit. But it just overall didn't do as much as the current 6 could have done. So yeah, like I said, if you liked the video, subscribe, make sure to root for me, I'm doing my best out here. I'm the struggle, what I'm saying, the struggle. I'm also going to be recording the video for Curtis and PBF after this, and I should be fighting Curtis and Noodle maybe today. I might be fighting Noodle today, but I'm fighting Curtis today in NNDL. So we'll see how all this recording for today goes. I'm gonna be sleeping all weekend. That's what that shows. But yeah, guys, like this video, please. I need all the support I can get. Thank you for supporting me as far as I've gotten. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on my videos so far, and peace out.